Welcome back to MotorMax, the home of high-performance motorcycles, detailed reviews, and all things two-wheeled. Today, we're diving into a machine that has long stood as a symbol of raw power, muscle, and unmistakable street presence. That's right, we're talking about the 2025 Yamaha VMAX1700 V4. Known for its monstrous V4 engine, dragstrip DNA, and iconic legacy, the VMAX has once again returned to assert its dominance in the muscle cruiser segment. If you're a speed enthusiast, a torque junkie, or simply appreciate the engineering marvels of Yamaha, this deep dive is for you. A legacy of muscle, VMAX origins. Before we get into the 2025 model, let's briefly reflect on the history of the VMAX. First launched in 1985, the Yamaha VMAX carved out a niche as the world's most powerful production bike at the time. With a combination of cruiser comfort and straight-line performance, it quickly became a cult classic. The original V4 engine delivered a revolutionary ride that many still talk about today. Over the decades, Yamaha refined the concept, and by the time the 1,700 cubic centimeters version arrived in 2009, it had become a full-fledged power cruiser, capable of embarrassing sport bikes at the stoplight. Now, in 2025, Yamaha has brought the VMAX back, refreshed, re-engineered, and ready to carry the legacy into a new era of performance. Engine and performance, still the king of torque. At the heart of the 2025 Yamaha VMAX is the legendary 1,679 cubic centimeters V4 engine. This liquid-cooled, DOHC, 65-degree V4 motor continues to impress with its mind-bending performance. For 2025, Yamaha has tweaked the ECU, refined throttle response, and added minor internal upgrades to improve efficiency without compromising power. The result? A jaw-dropping 200 horsepower at 9,000 RPM and a torque figure that hits 123 lb-ft at just 6,500 RPM. What does this mean in real-world terms? Instant throttle response, ridiculous acceleration, and the kind of pull that feels like you're launching a rocket every time you twist the grip. The 2025 VMAX isn't about top speed alone, it's about brutal torque delivery that shoves you back in the saddle and doesn't let up. Transmission and handling, more than a straight-line machine. Paired with the engine is a slick 5-speed transmission that's been slightly refined for smoother gear changes, especially in the lower gears where the torque surge is most aggressive. Yamaha has also kept the slipper clutch, which helps maintain stability during aggressive downshifts. Handling-wise, the VMAX has always been more agile than it looks, and the 2025 model benefits from updated suspension tuning. The bike still features a cast aluminum frame and a fully adjustable 52mm telescopic front fork, along with a rear monoshock that's been slightly revalved for better mid-corner compliance. At 683 pounds wet, the VMAX isn't light by any means, but thanks to its low center of gravity, wide bars, and confidence-inspiring geometry, it manages to feel planted and maneuverable even at moderate lean angles. You won't be carving hairpins like a supersport, but the VMAX holds its own in spirited canyon riding better than you'd expect. Braking and electronics, control that matches the power. When you're packing this much power, you need serious stopping power. Thankfully, Yamaha doesn't skimp here. The 2025 VMAX features dual 320mm wave rotors up front, grabbed by radial-mounted Brembo calipers, and a 298mm disc at the rear. The ABS system has been updated for better sensitivity and smoother activation during aggressive riding or emergency stops. In terms of electronics, Yamaha has kept things relatively simple, true to the Max's raw personality, but the essentials are covered. The ride-by-wire throttle system is paired with selectable power modes, traction control, and launch control, making the bike more manageable for riders who want to push its limits safely. There's no cornering ABS or IMU-assisted features, and that's by design. The VMAX is a muscle cruiser, not a tech-laden superbike. Design and aesthetics, a bold statement on two wheels. Let's talk about presence. The VMAX has never been a subtle bike, and the 2025 version keeps the tradition alive with a design that demands attention. The broad air scoops, muscular tank, chunky rear tire, and minimalist rear end all scream attitude. Yamaha offers the new model in two color options, Phantom Black and Graphite Blaze, both of which use matte finishes combined with subtle metallic highlights for a modern, aggressive look. LED lighting has been updated for 2025, with a new headlight assembly that blends retro and modern elements, and the tail section has been slimmed down slightly to give it a tighter silhouette without losing its unmistakable identity. Comfort and ergonomics, power with practicality. Despite its intimidating looks, the VMAX remains relatively comfortable. The wide seat, relaxed footpeg position, and upright handlebars make it suitable for longer rides, at least in the context of performance cruisers. Yamaha has added minor padding adjustments to the seat for 2025, and the instrument cluster now features a larger TFT display with customizable layouts and smartphone connectivity. The bike is still best suited to solo riding, though. While a passenger seat is included, long-distance pillion comfort isn't its strength. But for the rider, it's a satisfying mix of comfort, control, and commanding road presence. Fuel efficiency and range, still thirsty, but slightly better. Let's be honest, no one buys a VMAX for fuel efficiency. That said, Yamaha has made a few changes to improve its mileage slightly, thanks to better combustion mapping and minor friction-reducing updates in the engine internals. The 2025 VMAX averages around 35 miles per gallon under moderate riding, with a 4.0-gallon fuel tank providing a range of roughly 140 miles. Not impressive compared to cruisers or tourers, but respectable for a 200-horsepower V4. If you're hammering it hard, expect that range to drop quickly. But then again, that's the trade-off for this kind of visceral performance. Price and availability, the muscle comes at a premium. The 2025 Yamaha VMAX is priced at $21,999, placing it firmly in the premium segment. Considering the performance, build quality, and iconic status, it's a price many enthusiasts are happy to pay. Availability is expected to be limited, with Yamaha producing a restricted number of units globally to maintain its exclusivity. Dealerships are already reporting strong interest, especially from collectors and longtime fans who've been waiting for the return of this powerhouse. If you're serious about getting one, early reservation is highly recommended. Final thoughts, the return of the legend. The 2025 Yamaha VMAX1700 V4 isn't just a motorcycle, it's a mechanical statement. It's unapologetically loud, fast, and full of attitude. In a world moving toward smaller engines and electronics-heavy designs, the VMAX stands as a tribute to raw power and analog riding thrills. It's not for everyone. It's not trying to be. But if you're the kind of rider who lives for torque, respects heritage,